Hi students, how are you all? I hope everyone fine. I am your chemistry miss Mrs. Andumalar. Today we are going to see the continuation for your P block elements 2. Previous video we studied the halogen, that is the group 8th 17th group halogen family. So previous video we studied the properties and preparation of chemical properties and preparation everything for the chlorine. Today we are going to see the continuation for the P block elements. P block elements 2. In this lesson we are going to study the 17th group halogens. So in this we are going to study the hydrochloric acid. So what is hydrochloric acid? Hydrochloric acid, in this hydrochloric acid, first we are going to see what is the action of sodium chloride and concentrated sulfuric acid. So how to hydrochloric acid is prepared? Hydrochloric acid means that is HCl. Sodium chloride when react with concentrated sulfuric acid to form sodium bisulfate. What is this compound name? Sodium bisulfate. Bisulfate and hydrochloric acid. Sodium bisulfate plus sodium chloride to give sodium sulfate and hydrochloric acid. Dry hydrochloric acid is obtained by concentrated. So this is, suppose you are using the dilute sulfuric acid. So we want to dry hydrochloric acid means using the concentrated sulfuric acid for the preparation of sodium chloride. The next one is, what are the properties? Physical properties: it is a colorless, pungent smelling gas. The boiling point of hydrochloric acid is 189 Kelvin. It is easily liquefied. The melting point is 159 Kelvin. It is soluble in water. So when we are react with soluble in water, mean what will it to form the hydronium ion and chloride ion. So that is, this is called as hydronium ion and chloride ion. What are the chemical properties? First, this hydrochloric acid react with metals. You liberated the hydrogen gas. Okay, so removal, that is the displacement of hydrogen. So here that is zinc chloride, 2 molecule of hydrogen, magnesium chloride. So then sodium carbonate, hydrochloric acid, sodium chloride. Then carbon dioxide, H2O. Then calcium carbonate when react with hydrochloric acid to give calcium chloride plus CO2 plus H2O. So here the zinc and magnesium metal, then salt, sodium carbonate, calcium carbonate, sodium bicarbonate and sodium sulfate. Calcium chloride, sodium chloride, here also sodium chloride. So here, that is, next we are going to see the important one, aqua regia. So what is mean by aqua regia? So the aqua regia, it is nothing but 3 parts of concentrated hydrochloric acid and 1 parts of concentrated nitric acid. So mixed together. What is aqua regia? Previous class you have studied. What is aqua regia? So 3 parts of concentrated hydrochloric acid mixed with the 1 parts of concentrated nitric acid. So the gold is dissolved in this water, that is called as royal water or aqua regia. So dissolving gold and platinum. So here that is no equation is not given. So only the ionic form will be given, that is gold plus H plus ion, NO3 minus ion, Cl minus ion, that is auric tetrachloride. So again another one is platinum, H plus nitrate ion, Cl minus platinum hexachloride, that is platinum hexachloride, here auric tetrachloride. So that is called as aqua regia. One important question, what is aqua regia? 3 parts of concentrated hydrochloric acid and 1 parts of concentrated nitric acid, that is called as aqua regia or otherwise called as royal water. So it is dissolving gold and platinum. This is the another one. So next one is, what are the uses of hydrochloric acid? It is manufacture of chlorine, ammonium chloride, glucose from corn starch. Another one is extraction of glue from bone and also for the purification of bone black. So mainly this hydrochloric acid used for the manufacture of chlorine, and it is the starting material for the manufacture of chlorine, ammonium chloride and glucose from corn starch, and also used for extraction of glue from the bone. So and also the purification of bone black. So bone black is the bone ashes. It is used for the purification method. This can be used as a purification method. And also it is extraction of glue from the bone. Another one is physical and chemical properties of hydrogen halide. So what are the physical and chemical methods? So first one is physical and chemical properties of hydrogen halide. So reaction between the hydrogen fluorine, it is violet in color. So here the hydrochloric acid. So hydrochloric acid reaction between hydrogen and fluorine is violet, and reaction between hydrogen bromine and hydrogen iodide are reversible. So here suppose hydrogen and bromine, hydrogen plus bromine is a direct combination of hydrogen plus fluorine to give hydrogen fluoride, but here that is hydrogen bromine to 2HBr. So then hydrogen plus iodine to give 2Hi. So it is a reversible reaction, but it is not a reversible reaction 2HF. Okay, this is hydrofluoric acid. Next one is hydrolysis of phosphorus trihalide. What is PX3? That is phosphorus trihalide. X3 trihalide. PX3 plus 3 molecule of H2O. This is phosphoric acid. Except fluorine, all the remaining halogens are hydrolysis. So first one is PX3H2O give phosphoric acid H3PO3, then phosphorus 3 halogen to give phosphorus trihalide, then phosphorus trihalide hydrolysis to form phosphoric acid H3PO3 3HX. So X equal to Br or iodine. Okay, this is the hydrolysis of PX3. Another one is from covalent hydrates, hydrogen sulfide reduction with halogen to form sulfur. The covalent hydrates, when the reduction with halogens with the hydrogen sulfide, it is reduces to sulfur. So this is another one is bond dissociation enthalpy. What is bond dissociation enthalpy? The thermal stability of the hydrogen halide decreases from fluoride to iodide. So here that is the bond dissociation enthalpy. So here that is hydrogen fluoride, the dissociation enthalpy value is decreases from fluoride to iodide. So 5 plus 562 431 and 36 plus 36 and the bond dissociation enthalpy, because the decomposition of bond enthalpy, that is energy, the bond dissociation energy will be decreases from fluorine to hydrogen iodide. Another one is the hydrogen iodide decomposes at 400 degrees Celsius, and another one is HF and HCl stable at this temperature. But here the hydrogen iodide decomposes at 400 degrees Celsius, but HF and HCl stable at this temperature. So another one is at room temperature HX are gases, hydrogen halide. So all the hydrogen halides are gases, but HF can be readily liquefied. So except HF. So here all these out of this all these properties, HF or fluorine is the exceptional character. So that is here also exceptional one. Hydrogen, other hydrogen halide. The X represent, what is X? X represent chlorine, bromine and iodine. Fluorine is exceptional one, but HF is readily liquefied. So in HF, due to strong hydrogen bond, high melting and boiling point, this effect is absent in other hydrogen halide. HF is there due to strong hydrogen bond. What is HF? We already studied HF. HF, here hydrogen bond and fluorine. So here H, this is here. So this is called as hydrogen bond between the hydrogen and fluoride. So here hydrogen. So the dotted line is the hydrogen bond. Due to this hydrogen bond present between the hydrogen fluoride, it is a strong high melting point and boiling point due to the presence of hydrogen bond. So next one is what are the acidic properties. Hydrogen halide is extremely soluble in water due to ionization. All the hydrogen halide when dissolved with the water molecule, what will obtain? So hydronium ion and the halide ion, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, all the hydrogen halide. What is hydrogen halide? That is HCl, HBr, HI and HF. These are all hydrogen halide. Hydrochlorous acid, hydrobromide, hydrogen iodide and hydrofluoric acid. H's are acidic called hydrohalic acid. So this is otherwise called as hydrohalic acid. HX is otherwise called as hydrohalic acid. HCl, HBr, HI completely ionized. So these HCl and HBr, HI is a completely ionized. So it is called a strong acid. But HF is a weak acid. Only a small percentage. So out of 100%, 10% only ionized. So that is, it is a weak acid. What is strong acid? What is weak acid? Strong acid means when we are dissolving or ionized, completely ionized means that is called as strong acid. Partly ionized means that is called as weak acid. So here HF, water molecule, hydronium F minus ion. So HF plus H2, HF2. So okay, so this is the another one. So here this is also exceptional one. So here Here fluorine HF is a liquid only when compared to other halogen, but HF is a weak acid when compared to other remaining hydrofluoric acids are strong acid. So next one is what is mean by etching of glass. What is mean by etching of glass? So etching of glass means, suppose we are seeing the glass tumbler with a drawing, so with colorful picture due to the etching of glass. What is mean by etching of glass அப்படின்னா அந்த டம்ளரில் இப்போ கிளாஸில் வந்து நம்ம ஏதாவது பிரிண்ட் பண்ணுறது. Say for example, because this hydrogen fluoride is react with silica or hydrofluoric acid, rapidly react with silica or glass. Due to this properties, this using this silica or glass tumbler, we are drawing one drawing. When we are adding the hydrofluoric acid, immediately react with silica to form silica tetrafluoride, and this sodium silicate, when react with hydrofluoric acid, sodium hexafluorosilicate. So this compound will be formed. So due to this compound, the etching of glass will be obtained. Etching of glass அப்படின்னு சொன்னா ஒரு கிளாஸில் வந்து ஒரு drawing பண்ணி அந்த drawing வந்து அந்த கிளாஸ்லேயே அப்படியே print பண்ணுறது. So that is called as etching of glass. So what is the reaction takes place in that? Hydrogen fluoride, hydrofluoric acid is react with silica. So that is the reason the glass will be, etching of glass will be obtained. Hydrogen iodide is readily oxidized to iodine, hence it is act as a reducing agent. So here that is the hydrogen iodide is readily oxidized to iodine. So this etching of glass is an important question. So that is two equation must be right for this question, etching of glass. So not given in your book, that is this two equation is referred as a etching of glass. Next one is hydrogen iodide is readily oxidized to iodine, hence it acts as a reducing agent. And acidic solution iodides are readily oxidized. Blue black coloration with starch. Suppose iodine solution is to identify test for the starch. Suppose in a solution containing starch means one drop of small amount of iodine will be added, it turn into dark blue color. So the blue color obtained means that solution contains starch. Okay, so this is the test for iodine. So blue black coloration with starch iodine. When we are adding the small drop of iodine with the starch solution, it turn into blue color means that solution containing starch. Okay, the iodine have the properties to turn into blue black color. So next one is HBr more difficult to oxidize than hydrogen. When compared to hydrogen iodide, HBr more difficult to oxidize. When HBr react with sulfuric acid to form water molecule Br2 and SO2. Hydrogen iodide and ionic iodide rapidly reduced by sulfuric acid. So ionic iodide into hydrogen sulfate. This is another one, sulfuric acid. When react with sulfuric acid, it converted into hydrogen sulfide. So this is the reducing property of HBr, more difficult to oxidize than that is HBr reaction than HI. Sulfuric acid, when we are oxidized to sulfuric acid to form bromine, so here iodine will be liberated. Okay, so this is the hydrochloric acid, the physical properties and the properties acidic nature or hydrohalic acid. Next another one important topic is interhalogen compound. So what is mean by interhalogen compound? So interhalogen, so inter means so two, so that is two halogen, more combine each halogen combine with other halogen. So here one chlorine and another fluorine, so that is called as two halogen combined, that is called as interhalogens. Each halogen combined with other halogens, that is called as, here that is four types of halogens, AB, AB3 type, AB5, AB7. What is AB? This is the central atom. A is the central atom, here A is the central atom. So B is the combining atom. So here chlorine, fluorine, bromofluoride, iodofluoride, bromochloride, iodochloride, iodobromide. AB3 means that is F3. So in among all these types of interhalogen compound, fluorine is not coming the first starting compound. That is fluorine is, because of the fluorine is small in size, so that is not act as a central atom. So A is the central atom, fluorine is not act as a central atom because, so here also chlorine, bromine, so no fluorine is coming in the first atom, so that is central atom. What are the properties of interhalogen compound? This is another important question. properties of interhalogen compound. The central atom will be the larger one. So the central atom is always will be the larger one. So it can be formed only between two halogen and not more than two halogen. So what is interhalogen? Only formed between the two halogen, not more than two halogen. Another one is fluorine cannot act as a central metal atom due to the small in size. So I already told the fluorine is not act as a small central metal atom because it is the smallest one. Due to high electronegativity small size, fluorine has the central atom to attain high coordination number. But here that is due to among all the periodic table, fluorine is the high electronegativity. We already know that, right? So due to high electronegativity, the small size of fluorine helps the central atom to attain high coordination number. Due to this character, because the fluorine atomic number is 9, so that is the size is very small. Due to this high electronegativity, it is helps to central atom to attain the high coordination number. Another one, they can undergo autoionization. It is they can undergo autoionization, that is ICl, I plus and ICl 2 minus, ICl3. So that is iodochloride. So these are the trichloride. So it is converted into tetrachloride ion, dichloride ion. They are strong oxidizing agent. All the interhalogen compounds are strong oxidizing agent. So next one is this interhalogen compound reaction with alkali. So interhalogen compound reaction with alkali means that is BRF by alkali. What is alkali? That is NaOH. That is alkali. NaOH, Na plus ion and OH minus ion. This OH minus ion is react with BRF5, F minus bromate ion. Here also ICl, chloride ion and hypoiodide ion. Okay. So next one is what are the structure of interhalogen compound. So previous book they are giving there briefly about the structure of interhalogen compound. Here only they naming the structure and what are the types of this interhalogen compound. This is AX type, is a linear structure, sp3 hybridization. AX3 T-shaped, sp3 hybridization. AX5 square pyramidal, sp3D2. AX7 pentagonal bipyramidal, sp3D3. So here what is the bond pair? 1 bond pair, 3 lone pair. So that is linear sp3 hybridization halogen. So these are the another one. So next one is oxides of halogen. So what are the oxides of halogen? F react oxygen and fluorine react with oxygen and forms difluorine oxide or difluorine dioxide. So fluorine is react with oxygen, halogens. So react with oxide F2O or difluorine diopto. Fluorine always the oxidation number is -1. So we already know that fluorine is always oxidation number is -1. So except all the other halogen, positive oxidation state will be there. So that is +2, +3, +4. These are all coming other halogens. But fluorine is whether it is any other combination of any other compound, the oxidation state is always -1. So next one is oxoacids of halogen. So here that is oxides of halogen. This is oxidation state will be given. So here that is H2O, oxidation state +1, +4 oxygen. So here +1, +4, this is the oxidation state. Fluorine always OF2 -1 OF O2F2. Suppose they are asking how to calculate the oxidation number, means immediately you write if the fluorine is here coming for this position, means that is you immediately you write that is the -1 oxidation state. Another one chlorine, chloride ion. So here that is Cl2O. So that is +1 in ClO2 +4. Here that is Cl2O6 +6. So that is the oxidation number will be vary for the other halogen compound, but here the fluorine is always -1. So here also bromine also Br2O, Br2, I2, I2O5. So these are the different oxidation state. Another one is oxoacids of halogens. Here the chlorine form 4 types of oxoacids: hypochlorous acid and chlorous acid, or chloric acid or perchloric acid. So that is the oxidizing power of oxoacids: HOX, HXO2, HXO3. Suppose they are asking for one word. So what are the order? So the oxidizing power of the oxidizing power. oxidizing power, oxo acids, okay. So HOX, HXO2, HXO3, HXO4. So these are the oxo acids of halogen. That's all about the interhalogen compound. Next we are going to see the inert gases, group 18th elements. So what is inert gases? What is the general electronic configuration of inert gases? NS2, NP6, okay. So neon, that is the second period, third period, fourth period, fifth period, sixth period. So that is helium 2s2, 2p6. So helium, neon, argon, krypton and xenon, right? So here that is 3s2, 3p6, here 3d10, 4s2, 4p6, 4d10, 5s2, 5p6, 4f14, 5d10, 6s2, 6p6. Okay, this is the electronic configuration, octet configuration, inert gases. The name itself indicates it is inert. It does not react with the other compounds. So it is called as inert gases. So the outermost shell containing NS2, NP6, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, outermost shell NS2, NP6. What are the occurrence? Occur in the atmosphere, top of the bottom. So atomic radius boiling point will be increases. It is an extremely stable one. Small tendency to gain or lose electron. Sometimes they are gain or lose some electron. Remaining time it is a inert. It is extremely stable one. It is the less reactivity. So noble gases are monoatomic, odorless, colorless, tasteless and non-inflammable, highly unreactive, non-metallic nature. Okay, so this is the noble gases. And also the chemical properties. Only xenon and krypton shows some chemical properties. Remaining other thing, helium, neon, argon, krypton. Sometimes only krypton only reacted. Remaining thing, helium, neon, only xenon and the krypton will be reacted. Xenon will be react with fluorine at different temperature. Nickel catalyst, nickel 400 degrees Celsius to form xenon difluoride. Xenon fluoride, nickel acetone catalyst, xenon tetrafluoride, nickel 200 atmosphere pressure 400 and that is hexafluoride. So this is the sometimes they are asking for the complete the following equation. So when xenon hexafluoride is heated at 50 degrees Celsius in a sealed quartz glasses, what will obtain? Xenon oxytetrafluoride. Xenon oxytetrafluoride, dioxo peroxygen difluoride and trioxide, xenon trioxide. See, these are all the equation for the xenon hexafluoride. This is the complete consecutive equation. So that is the complete equation when xenon hexafluoride heated at 50 degrees Celsius in a sealed quartz glass. So that is xenon hexafluoride, silicon. Quartz means that is silicon. So tetrafluoride, silicon dioxide, xenon per difluoro dioxide compound, silicon tetrafluoride. Then again this compound react with SiO2, xenon trifluoride, xenon trioxide, xenon, these are Xe means xenon trioxide, silicon tetrafluoride. So in your book no name will be given. So on hydrolysis with water vapor, xenon hexafluoride, F6 means xenon hexafluoride and xenon trioxide hydrolysis, and xenon hexafluoride hydrolysis, xenon trioxide and hydrofluoric acid. Here also hexafluoride react with alkali, sodium xanthate, sodium perxanthate. So the name of this compound sodium perxanate, and next one is xenon plus oxygen. So here it is a strong oxidizing property. So xenon sodium perxanate is a strong oxidizing property. It will oxidize manganese 2 ion into permanganate ion. So it is oxidized to manganese peroxide into permanganate ion, that is KMnO4 MnO2. Manganese dioxide means that is MnO2 into MnO4. Okay, so this is the another one. So without catalyst it will be react. Another one is xenon react with platinum hexafluoride and gave the orange yellow solid xenon hexa platinum hexafluoride. It is insoluble in carbon tetrachloride, and it is also xenon difluoride forms addition of compound This xenon fluoride, xenon is Sb antimony, xenon difluoride, thallium and xenon hexafluoride forms the compounds of the boron and alkali metal. So here that is XeF6BF3. So that is the compound boron trifluoride, xenon hexafluoride to form a complex. Here also metal. So M means alkali metal. So no need for all these things. Just give the idea for the reaction with xenon. Another one is uses. So this is only very important in this chapter. So all the uses are very important one. Repeatedly asking question. What is first one is use noble gases. First one is helium. So all the inert gases, all the materials are gases. So first one is helium. Helium and oxygen mixture is used to diverse. Suppose using for the diverse means இந்த கடலுக்கு அடியில் போயிட்டு அந்த முத்துலாம் எடுப்பாங்க இல்லையா. ஸோ அப்போது அவங்க யூஸ் பண்ணும்போது the mix with helium mixed with oxygen, suppose they are taking the oxygen cylinder, it will suddenly the painful condition then will occur, but we are mixing with the helium gas mean this bend condition will be prevented. So this is for the first uses. Next one is provide inert atmosphere in electric or welding of metal. Suppose using the welding of metal, it is provide the inert atmosphere. So suppose in this place the welding is takes place mean in this atmosphere it is converted into inert atmosphere. Next one is lowest boiling point hence used in cryogenics. What is mean by cryogenics? It is a preservative preservation for organs. Okay, so organs means heart, liver, kidney. So due to the lower boiling point, so that is minus 273, minus 243, and this condition it will used as a cryogenics for the preservation of organs. Another one is much less denser than air used for the filling air balloons. So here it is used as a helium balloon. Everyone heard about it, helium balloon. So much less dense air than air. So it is used in the filling of air balloons. Next one is neon. Neon, mainly the neon gas is used in the advertisement signboard, and it is as the advertisement signboard neon is used. It is a brilliant red glow caused by passing. Suppose when your current is passed through that neon board mean it is a bright red glow. So there is under the low pressure. So it is mainly it is used for the advertisement neon signboard. So another one is argon. Argon prevents the oxidation of hot filament and prolongs the life in the filament bulb. So argon, suppose in the filament that usually the bulb, normal light bulb is used as a tungsten filament, but in that argon gas will be filled in that means the filament will be very prolonged for life in the filament bulb. Another one is krypton. Krypton, it is used in the fluorescent bulb for the flash bulb. So krypton gas is also used in the fluorescent bulb. Fluorescent bulb means that is the glowing bulb. Another one is lamps filled with the krypton are used in the airports can penetrate. Suppose in the airports the lamps are filled with krypton gases. This lights will be easily penetrate into the dense fog. Dense fog means so that is அந்த ரொம்ப மிஸ்ட் மாதிரி இருக்கும் இல்லையா. ஸோ அந்த இடத்துலையும் வந்து அந்த லைட் வந்து பெனட்ரேட் உள்ளே போயிட்டு அந்த ஃப்ளைட்டுக்கு வந்து அந்த வழி கொடுக்கும். ஸோ தட் இஸ் இட் இஸ் யூஸ்ட் இன் த airports. Another one is xenon. It is used in the fluorescent bulb, flash bulb and laser bulb. So laser light லாம் வந்து யூஸ் ஆகும். Next one is high speed electronic flash bulb used by photographers. Mainly it is used in high speed electronic flash bulb used by the photographers. Okay, so next one is radon. Radon is a radioactive and used as a source of gamma rays. So radon name itself, it is a radioactive element used as a source of gamma rays. Mainly it is a gamma rays. This is the gamma rays. Gamma is filled in a small capsules and implanted in the body to destroy the malignant. Suppose used to destroy the cancer growth in the body cells. So okay, so that's all about this third lesson. In this weekend you are going to write the test for the same lesson, third lesson. Okay, third lesson. Okay, we tomorrow next video we see the fourth lesson. Okay, thank you children, bye.